This will be a short video on the very basics of being a squad commander. If you need more information on this um, under the field manual, you can find it down here under field manual under commanding. And right now, while I'm at it, I'm looking at the command bar, and that explains what some of these things mean. Right now I have instructed my squad to hold fire. You'll notice on their symbols it's a solid orange. I think they've changed that. But anyway, we are in the Eden editor if you have not been here before. So what I have set up on this runway is our squad, and I've already given them instructions to hold fire so they don't start shooting at the Quillen down here at the end. The Quillen will not be going anywhere because I've instructed it. I've removed all its ammo and fuel, so they're kind of stuck. And here's a AMV7 Marshall, which is something you should be familiar with because I think it's going to be a valuable tool in the Tanoa campaign. It is an amphibious infantry fighting vehicle with a 40mm cannon, I believe. And many of the mechanized squadrons will have that as part of the squadron. But we're going to use it as an example of how to get in and out of a vehicle. So here's our infantry squadron. This is just a rifle squadron, your basic bread and butter of the infantry, the rifle squadron. There is a anti-tank guy with a launcher. Somewhere in here is a machine gunner, and there's also a grenadier, and the rest are basic riflemen. So without further ado, this is called a wedge formation. This is pretty typical, and also we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 8 members of our squad, and that's also pretty typical. Most squads you usually have a squad leader, and you either have and 7 soldiers with them. So for a total of 8, that's a pretty. Some squads are smaller. You can always add more. If I wanted another guy, if I wanted to come over here and pick somebody else, like an ammo bearer that I don't have, I could select him and drop him down. Notice he's trying to group already. That little blue line means he's trying to group to be subordinate to one of these people. So I'm going to make him subordinate to the squad leader, put him down there, and once we get in the game, he would get in formation also. But anyway, so you could essentially make a squad of 100 guys if you really wanted to, but that'd be a little cumbersome. All right, let's get rid of him. Let's get in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and play the scenario, and you can tell that I am the player, I'm the squad leader because of that red circle there. That indicates that that's the player character right there. So let's get in. We're on the island.
Hold fire. Free to engage.
Okay, just a few things. There's the AV7 Marshall, AMV7 Marshall.
Technical, 400 meters, bearing 045. Target acquired.
There's our AMV7 Marshall in front of us, and there's our squad in a V formation. Correction, a wedge formation rather. Okay, all lined up. So the first thing we're going to do is talk about the easiest thing to do with a squad is just leave them like this. You know, let's say you're on an op, you're going on a patrol.
Eyes on target.
You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is walk around. Okay. You're going to walk around, and they're going to follow you.
Ready to fire.
Anywhere you go, and they will engage the enemy normally if they haven't been given a command to hold fire. So here they are, still with me. Still moving back into their V formation. Notice they're looking around. They're moving thoughtfully.
Bearing 045. Target acquired.
All right. There are basically 2 menus for command. One is a contextual menu.
Eyes on target.
Before we get to that, let's talk about your squad. If you look down in the lower left, you'll see your name to the far left and your rank. And you'll see the names of all the members of your squad. The guy on the far right with that funny little white
Eyes on target.
medic
Target
symbol
in sight.
is exactly that. He's your corpsman. He's your medic. Okay, and you can see Morgan is that's a launcher symbol. So Morgan is an anti-tank
Eyes on
soldier.
target.
Jones has a grenade, so Jones is a grenadier. And
Eyes on target.
let's see, there was one. Oh, it's 6. Anderson is a machine gunner. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So if I go out here
Ready to fire. Eyes on target.
into the field and I take a knee, let's see what my squad does. Some of them might take a knee, others
Target
may not.
acquired.
All right, they will adjust their stance and do what they think they need to do given the situation.
Ready to fire.
I think there's a way to tell them to assume whatever posture you do, but we're not going to get into that right now. So there's that's a listing
Ready
of
to
all your
fire.
squad members in the
Target
lower
in
left.
sight.
Now, how do you give them orders? Well, there's 2 ways to do it. First of all, you can select your unit members individually. So
Ready
if
to fire.
you look at Clark, for instance, who is number 2 on the list, the first one to the right of myself,
Eyes on target.
down in the lower left there, you can select him by pushing F2, and then a menu pops up. Now,
Target in sight. Eyes on target.
if you look at that menu, I've already got a symbol there where my rifle is pointing, and that's the move to symbol. So I'm going to have him move over there.
2. Move 75 meters right.
On the way. Ready to fire.
So 2
Target acquired.
is now going to move over where I directed him to go. All right. Now you can also go into the map view
Eyes on target.
and move your
Ready
soldiers
to
that
fire.
way. So if I wanted 6 to move over near 2, I would push
Standing
F6,
by.
and I'll click a place on the map,
6. Move 100 meters right.
and he's
Roger.
going to move there. So either way, you can move your characters.
Target in sight.
All right. Another thing you can do, so that's the context sensitive. Here's another one.
Target in sight.
Another
Target
example.
acquired. Target
I'm gonna-
acquired.
I'm going to have 3 get in
Ready
that
to fire.
Marshal over there. So I'm going to push F3, select
Ready.
I'm going to select F3,
Target in sight.
and I'm using that menu up in the left, and I'm pushing on the mouse wheel to select for
3.
him.
Board that vehicle.
And I just
Copy
told
that.
3 to go get in that
Target
vehicle.
in sight. Ready to fire. Target in sight. Target acquired. Target acquired.
So 3's heading over there. Now, if I want to give a command to
Ready.
the entire squad, I just hit the tilde key up there to the left of the 1 key on the keyboard. Hit that. That selects
Target in sight.
the entire squad, and I'm going to have them all
4,
board.
5, 7, 8. Board that vehicle.
Target in sight.
Now they're all going to
Ready to
board the
fire.
Marshal,
Target in sight. Target in sight.
and I'm going to join him.
Target in sight. Standing by. Waiting. Ready. Standing by.
Oh, see those 2 guys I sent out in the field? I got to call them back. So I'm going to
Ready to fire.
tell them that would be 2
Ready
and
to fire.
6. So that's F2 and F6. I'm going to select them, and I'm going to tell them to
2,
regroup.
6. Return to formation.
Solid copy.
And here they come. So, you can give a lot of commands. You can do a lot with these guys. Or you can just walk around and have them follow
Target
you.
acquired.
And instead of being alone, you have 7 good buddies who are going to help you, bail you out. If you encounter bad guys,
Target
you're
acquired.
going to be happy you have them. Okay, so I'm going to select the tilde again and have them.
2, 6. Board that vehicle.
And
Wilco.
that picks up the rest of my squad who's not already in there, and now they're getting in.
No, sir. Standing by.
They're acting the way they're acting because there's an enemy unit down at the end of the runway, and now I'm going to get in with them. So here we are. We're all one happy family inside. When you're ready to get out, click on Get Out. Now you got to select your squad. So I'm going to push tilde again, and it selects all of them, and I'm going to give them the
Dismount.
disembark.
Copy that.
Here they come.
Waiting. Standing
All
by.
All
Waiting.
right, we're now going to finish this
Standing
lesson
by.
by moving
Waiting.
down the runway
Standing
towards
by.
the Quillen, and I'm going to give them an
Ready.
order to open fire, but not yet.
Technical, 300 meters northeast.
Target acquired. Target in sight.
Before I do that,
Target in sight.
we're back in the V formation. The wedge formation. So now, let me give you, now if you want to do more than the context sensitive menu, you can press the backspace. The backspace gives you a whole new list of things to do. The reason all those targeting and engaging ones are blanked out is because I have
Eyes on target.
given
Eyes
them an
on
order
target.
to hold fire.
Target acquired.
So I'm going to go to formation, the number 8. You can also push
Ready
the
to
8
fire.
key if you want. I'm using the mouse wheel. And I'm going to give them I'm going to tell them to just form a line. Well, we're just form a column. How
Form
about that?
column.
So you might use this if you were walking down a road.
Ready to fire. I've got a visual. Technical.
There they are,
400
forming a
meters.
column.
Northeast.
And we're going to head down the
Target
runway.
acquired. Eyes on target. Ready to fire. Eyes on target. Eyes on target. Target acquired.
They can't shoot at us, and they can't leave because they have no ammo, and they have no
Ready
fuel.
to fire.
So they're pretty much guinea pigs. Okay, so let's take a look through the binoculars. There's our Quillen
Target
right
in
there.
sight.
There's a machine gunner and a driver, and they can't do anything. So now I'm gonna give my men the order to fire. Open fire, context sensitive. Notice I'm pointing at the Quillen, and that's telling them the target right there. See how that changes from the move to symbol to the target symbol? And I could do that this way, also without the rifle there. So let's give me I'm telling them to target.
Target that technical, northeast.
They can't do anything because they've been given the command to hold fire. So
Copy, I'm on him.
I'm going to tell them to
Engaging
open
target.
fire.
Fire at will.
Engaging. Attacking. Engaging. Engaging. Negative. Cannot comply. Negative. Cannot comply. Negative.
That's the Grenadier. Whoa.
Target
Okay.
neutralized.
There you go. And that's it. That's the end of this lesson. So what we've covered are the basics, how to identify your troops, who's who, how to give them individual commands, how to give them group commands, how to board a vehicle and exit from a vehicle, and how to engage an enemy. That concludes the lesson. Have a great day.